Hello, everybody. I am Zinar. I am currently in New York, and I'm a Fulbright scholar working on faculty's decision-making skills and trying to understand how faculty can make improved decision-making. So, very relevant to my research is today's topic. It's active learning strategies in teaching mathematics. And during this session, we will do two main things. So we'll examine how active learning strategies can help engage students in online settings. And we'll use the cases of four different strategies, including digital stories, physical manipulatives, virtual online manipulatives, and the Google worksheet. So, and there are some resources that I would share with you. Perhaps you can look at it in the once the session is over, and then if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the course. And if I come across any questions right now, I'll be happy to answer. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of the things, I would like you to define, let's try and define what the word active learning means for us. So what is active learning? In your chat, if you could uh, type up the responses.
I want to say I have little idea about active learning. Active learning is actually when, like, we don't these days due to pandemic, we don't have children near us, right? We are not getting connected physically. So children are distant. They are using their gadgets for communication. They are using their laptops and all. So we are very far, and they are learning everything virtually that is online. So this is active learning.
Mm-hmm. Correctly said. So connecting with students, and I see now from the chat that it is including physical and mental component of the student. So if you engage students physically and mentally, that is active learning. The what you said was emotionally connecting, perhaps because they are not physically present, so emotionally connecting and making an environment for them to learn. So perhaps you have captured the idea, and if I would conclude it in three words, it would be brain, hands, and feelings. And other way to say the same thing is head, hands, and the heart, right? So you engage the brain, the functions of the brain. Students are moving their hands or maybe physically working around, and their heart is engaged in learning a concept. Active learning strategies, as you would, imagine now that it engages all three components that I just mentioned and you also mentioned rightly. So it fosters a kind of interaction between three components again: student, the content, and the instructor. So by content, I mean it could be a worksheet, it could be a math book, it could be the concept that they are learning. But the way they engage these three things together is through, if they are engaging all these three things, that they are engaged in active learning. Now, the three terms that keep on buzzing all across are synchronous, asynchronous, and blended. And I wanted to, just share the outright definition so that we are clear on that. Synchronous learning usually happens in real time. So through Teams or Zoom, when students and learners are present students and teachers are present at the same time. Asynchronous learning, on the other hand, is not time bound. So students might watch the video, read the given material, solve a worksheet, etc., without having teachers' presence online synchronously, like at the same time, right? Teacher is still present in the medium by giving the feedback, checking the worksheets, but it's not at the same time. Blended is basically the blend of both online, and online has both components, synchronous and asynchronous, as well as the component of face-to-face experience, which we have in students when students are in class with us. So Just to ask you a question now. Whether this interaction that you're having with me right now, how would you classify it? Synchronous, asynchronous, or blended? Can I see the chat? Okay, synchronous, blended. Aisha, would you explain how Aisha or Shireen, whoever wants to go first, would you explain how this is blended? So, blended must have face-to-face component in a physical setting. Are we physically in the same room at this time? Yes or no?
Yes.
In the same room, like physical setting, do you see, are we in the same classroom?
No, we are not.
No,
We are
No.
not.
no.
So
We
that
are.
kills out the face-to-face version of it, right? So, so now I see a lot of no's. That means we are not in the same face-to-face setting, that not same building, right? Not same room. So it kills out the option of blended. Now we have only two options: synchronous or asynchronous. Now tell me, is it synchronous or asynchronous?
Asynchronous.
Okay, synchronous. Okay, why synchronous or why asynchronous?
Synchronous.
Why?
Because one is the teacher that is we are guiding us and we are listening it, and one-to-one talk that is for synchronous. Asynchronous
Because
means that
there is a live class
we will upload it the
with
same
the help
lesson
of
and we will
a
go and listen
online
whenever we got the
platform.
time. So that is for
Synchronous
Okay,
class.
so
asynchronous.
I hear, so I would request you to mute your mics because I heard two, three different voices, and what I could make out from that was it is synchronous because we are connecting in the same zone. So you are connecting with me, you are listening to me, I'm responding to you at the same
This is
time.
synchronous, yes. And
People were
asynchronous, if
saying
we will upload it the
asynchronous.
things, then we will listen to it. That is for
Correct. So if we have uploaded the things online and I was not there with you at the same time, then it would be asynchronous. So currently this interaction, because I am here present and you can hear me and I can hear you in the same time, that's why it's called synchronous, right? These are some terminologies that you would encounter whenever you are, talking about online learning. I think it is good to have that idea that what zone are we talking about.